Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to Garbaugust 2025. This is a beloved BookTube event, perhaps the most beloved BookTube event, created by Ollie at Criminale. The motto this year is really the same motto as always, which is don't worry and just read trash. The world is a nightmare, so just read trash. Just tune it all out, and read a book that isn't trying to be Tolstoy, or that is trying to be Tolstoy, but of garbage. Rather than obsess about news events that you can't do anything about. As an American citizen, there's nothing I can do about an insane despot meeting with the ruthless dictator of Russia in order to give him the state of Alaska. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't do anything about that. Neither can any of you Alaskans. As long as we don't have a Senate or a judiciary, nothing can check him. So I might as well read trash. And I have been having an up and down relationship with the garbage that I have been reading for Garbaugust 2025, in large part because I haven't known whether or not to trust the algorithms that rule our lives. I sign up for those daily ebook deals where you get an email with links to that day's $2 ebook, $1 ebook, free ebook. I ignore anything that costs money, but I get a lot of the free ones. And like everything else, those sites are governed by an algorithm that pays attention to what I click on and what I don't, what I take and what I don't, which affects the next blast of things that I see. There's no human involved in any of this. It's the algorithm noticing that. And there's also, of course, Amazon's own algorithm, because I often use Amazon Kindle Unlimited as a product that I pay for. It more than pays me back, so I don't even think about it. I'm not so sure that that's true anymore of Amazon Prime, the video service. But in Kindle Unlimited, oh, absolutely, it's worth it. It keeps me in touch, like those ebook deals emails do. It keeps me at least a little bit in touch with the indie publishing world, which I very much value. And that also is governed by algorithms. Kindle Unlimited is, if I decide to add something to my Kindle Unlimited library, if I'm not just idly looking at it, I decide, actually, I want to add it to my library because I'm going to read it. Well, the Kindle algorithm notices that, and it will suggest more titles like that. And that hasn't always worked in my benefit, and I have oftentimes in Garbaugust so far, Garbaugust even 2025 isn't even half over yet, but I have often had the moment where I felt like I had to go elsewhere, break away from the algorithms, any algorithms, and read something genuinely trashy that is not going to throw me the curveball of being in any way good. I don't want my trash to be in any way good. I want it to be good and bad, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. The spirit of Garbaugust is to read stuff that's good and bad. And I'm glad that I didn't spurn the algorithm completely, because boy oh boy, last night did it serve me. It really did. It noticed some of what I'd been reading recently and served me up something by Jamie Fessenden called Bigfoot Hunters in Love, with this inimitable cover. This is the story of a very gay, very horny young writer named Stuart, who has taken a cabin in the New England woods in order to help him write, and help him to concentrate on the book that he's trying to write. But he also wants to appreciate the bounty of nature. New Hampshire, Maine, these things are beautiful. These places are lovely. They have very large numbers of Sasquatch spotting records. We think of Sasquatch, we think of the Pacific Northwest, but that's not true. Every state in the Union except Hawaii has has oral records, reports from people of Sasquatch spotting. I was out in the campsite with my family. My wife and my two kids. We are from Kenosha. We decided to go on what the park ranger said was a very simple hike, just for the afternoon. And while we were on that hike, we saw something that we can't explain. We're not looking for notoriety. We don't want our names in the paper. We will lose our job. We will be mocked back in our small town if any of this gets out. But we feel we should report it, at least to the park rangers, because the thing we saw was very large, and were innumerable people, hundreds of people every year in the United States make a report like this and say the same thing. We're worried about other people because it wasn't a bear. Innumerable people over the years have said, well, I'm not familiar with the wilderness, but that wasn't a bear, so I feel I should report it. Maddeningly, none of those people take high-definition, long-term video of what they're seeing. The kids spend on the hike with these clueless adults, spend literally all day on their phone. They know their phone better than anything. It's an extension of their body. Do they take video? No, they don't. Or they take blob squatch video. They take the much mocked video clips that are only a few seconds long of an unidentifiable blob in the distance. But you can be caught by surprise, and sometimes taking out your camera and taking video is the last thing on your mind when that happens. It can be a little creepy when you're coming on towards twilight and something big suddenly becomes visible in the distance. That can become creepy. Probably taking videos is one of the last things on your mind. That's not quite true with Bigfoot hunters, who don't have that rationale and have even more to explain when it comes to their complete failure to produce what science needs in order to stop laughing at them. They have completely failed to do that. And they shouldn't be failing. They're out there specifically to find these things. And they say there's a breeding population and each one of them is 8 feet tall. They shouldn't be hard to find. Nevertheless, they have completely failed. Don't let any of the video footage fool you, or watch the video footage. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. If somebody goes, for instance, the obvious comparison here would be silverback mountain gorillas. If you dedicate yourself to filming silverback mountain gorillas in the wild, you're going to have years and years of failure. This is an animal we know exists. We know for sure that it exists. We know where it exists. We know its habits. We know its foraging, its range, everything. You're going to have years of failure. Same thing if you want, for instance, to film a timber wolf in the wild. Usually. You'll have years of failure. Even going out there with knowledgeable guides and state-of-the-art equipment, telephoto lenses, because you don't want to get anywhere near these things. And then, eventually, you will succeed. And it will be a clear, absolutely unambiguous picture or video footage of a silverback mountain gorilla or a timber wolf. There are nature hardcovers for sale in your bookstore now, full of those pictures. There isn't anything like that for Sasquatch. Nothing. There isn't anything like that. And considering the number of Bigfoot hunters that are out there in the Pacific Northwest and elsewhere, there should be. There should be decades of it. And there isn't anything. So, but anyway, that's a tangent. Because Stewart isn't, when he goes to the woods to write, he isn't thinking about Bigfoot at all. Until he encounters one. Of course. Until one chases him. And he runs almost literally into the arms of burly, muscular ranger Jake, who wants to calm Stewart, wants to show him a calming hand, but is also interested in what Stewart saw and what might be out there, and thereby unfolds a tale. And it is a horny-toed tale, it is a simple tale, it is a one-dimensional tale. It was just the kind of Bigfoot-related trash that I wanted to read. It restored my faith in the algorithm to provide me with completely worthless garbage. Because I don't want to spoil this for you. I don't want to spoil this masterpiece for you. But Jake and Stewart, well, they're compatible with each other. Let's just say. It isn't long before the fireworks start, shall we say, spurting off. And that's not even counting what the Bigfoot might have in mind. So this was delightfully cheesy, awful garbage, and I loved it. Bigfoot Hunters in Love, I loved it. In the garbage world, in the world of Garbaugust, I would give this 5 thumbs down, which is it was a pretty high rating for garbage. So I am reconciled to the algorithm. It is once again providing me with really good garbage, and I don't know if that's going to stay true. Maybe I should go to some of my print and paper dead tree books for a little garbage before the month is out. But we still have plenty of time. Still have a lot of Garbaugust to go. I'd love to know how your Garbaugust is going, but mine, well, at the moment I have things well in hand. So we will see what tonight's pick. I'm not long planning it, so I will basically spin a roulette wheel, and we will see what happens tonight. So I will report back. Thank you, BookTube.